Hey guys, it's me, Mario, and today we're going to continue Rokk, the Walking Mountain. I'm gonna read to you chapter 7 today. An Invisible Beast. Clear my throat, get something to drink. And let's get this started. Tom and Elena scrambled over to where the horse lay on the ground. His mighty legs collapsed beneath him. Close up, Tom could see that bald patches had appeared on Storm's coat. He could hear the stallion's weak, rasping breaths and smell the sweat coming off him as he shifted about uncomfortably. Elena pulled an eyelid back to inspect the whites of Storm's eyes. Tom could see how yellow they had become. Oh, pardon me. Now we know, she said, her voice choked. The bat's bite was poisonous after all. There must be something we can do, Tom said. Helena shook her head, her eyes wide with helplessness. If we could find a willow tree, I might be able to make some medicine from the bark, but I haven't seen a single willow tree in Gwilder. Tom felt his stomach tighten. Me neither, he said. No, wait, I have. He closed his eyes. A picture of broken trees filled his mind. Where he had seen them. Of course, Tyon. There are willow trees in Tyon, he said. I'm sure of it. I saw them when I was falling. I hope that Gwilder's medicines work the same as Aventia's. Helena replied, scrambling to her feet. I'll go, Tom said, peeling off Freya's gloves. You look after with a loud whicker. Storm tossed his head and forced himself to his feet. Despite the poison pouring through his veins, the horse proudly raised his head. He's fighting the venom, Tom said, feeling a surge of pride in his horse. He wants to carry on with us. I say we should listen to him, said Elena. Storm knows if he can carry on. She took hold of the reins, ready to walk with the stallion. Tom placed the gloves in the saddlebag. Then he gave Storm a pat as they set off. Let's get to Tyon quickly, he said to Elena. There we will find the cure for Storm and the next beast. They walked as fast as they could, Silver scampering ahead, as usual. Storm eventually increased his pace to a trot, with Tom and Elena running beside him. Neither of them wanted to ride Storm in his wicked state. Tom wondered if the horse knew how ill he was, and was racing the poison. Oh no, gasped Elena. Suddenly what? Suddenly. What? Tom asked. The golden casket. She said. We left it behind. That's all right, Tom told her. I've got the gloves. The casket belongs to Freya anyway. One day she'll find it again, and one day she'll find it again. I'm sure of it. A while later, Tom slipped out of the saddle and stood at the gateway to Tyon. His gaze traveled over collapsed huts. Remnants of thatched roofs, trees reduced to stumps. All around empty all around the empty town. Mountains loomed only on my mouth dry. Did I just say my mouth dry? Whoops. Tom slipped out of the saddle and stood at the gateway to Tyon. His gaze traveled over collapsed huts, remnants of thatched roofs, trees, and reduced to stumps. And trees were reduced to stumps. All around the empty town, mountains loomed only an avalanche could destroy a town in this way. But there were no rocks to be seen anywhere. Maybe it wasn't an avalanche? Tom said, thinking out loud. Maybe a beast came through here. Elena nodded. That would explain why there are no people around. Tom, come on. Tom said, let's find the willow trees. We can take Storm to one of the surviving huts and see if we can cure him. Tom grabbed Storm's reins to walk him further into Tyon. Excuse me. He felt the familiar twinge of pain in his bad hand. Tom led Storm to the nearest house, and the stallion obediently ducked his head as he was led through the front door. A half-eaten breakfast of eggs and a full glass of milk were still on the table in the far corner. Opposite, there was a small, unmade bed. These people left in a hurry, Elena remarked, looking around as Tom settled Storm. A huge bang sounded above them, startling the stallion and causing Silver to bark anxiously. Dust rained down on Tom's shoulders, and he glanced up to see that the roof of the hut was caving in. Straw fell like heavy rain. Tom and Lena scrambled back to the walls, with Silver sheltering behind Elena's legs. With a weak neigh, Storm managed to trot into a corner of the devastated hut. Something long and brown reached down into the building. A huge stone arm. It had punched through the hut's roof. Rokk. Let's get out of here, Tom called, drawing his sword. Elena grabbed Silver by the scruff of the neck, while Tom ran over to Storm. The stallion was paralyzed with terror. As he grabbed the reins, Tom heard a low, grating sound. It sounded almost like a roar, followed by a swoosh of a massive hand. Tom could picture the giant arm being drawn back to swing. "Watch out!" he called to Elena. Stone and straw went flying in all directions. The beast had ripped the rest of the roof clean off the hut. Tom ducked, throwing his arms over his head. Dust and mortar showered down. Tom couldn't see a thing, and could barely breathe. His eyes, ears, and nose were clogged with dust. Splintered wood and scattered rock ricocheted off his body, grazing his skin. Tom ran a hand over his shoulder and felt a bruise already swelling. Pain will have to wait, he thought. I have a quest to complete. Everything became still. Tom straightened up, dust falling off him. Pardon me. And looked about. Elena was safe, but formed a ghostly silhouette, covered in dust. "What was that?" she asked. Tom felt sick with nervous as he drew his sword. "Rokk," he said, pulling his shield from his back as well. It had to be. Helena came to stand beside him. But where is he? Tom looked about. Where the walls of the hut had once stood, there was now a perfect view over the mountains. But there was no sign of the beast. As fast as he'd arrived, he had vanished. Tom lowered his sword, frowning. "I don't understand it," he said. "Rokk's disappeared." And that was chapter 7. An Invisible Beast. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed chapter 7. I had to redo this video, by the way, because it kind of recorded sideways, so I had to redo it. And, yeah. That was a bit frustrating. But what doesn't hurt you makes you stronger, so. An old, mild inconvenience, but whatever. Hope you guys enjoyed my read through Beast Quest so far. And I hope you guys like, comment, and subscribe if you guys are interested in more Beast Quest videos. And more Great Dragon Book entries as well, because I got like 9 or maybe 10 dragons to do. I have to check. I'll tell you guys in the next Great Dragon Book, which is the next video here. Alright, I'll see you all in the next video. Bye bye!